Hey, this is Eli West. How are we doing today, guys? Okay, so first of all, guys, you know I'm running a YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Listen, being a YouTuber is not easy. You guys know what it's like when you first start off doing anything. It's rough. It's tough out there. Being a YouTuber is no different. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Okay, so let's get into it. Guys, today we're going to talk about marriage. And today I am going to tell you why I will never get married, okay? So listen to reason and hear what I'm about to say. The reason why I will never get married. One of the biggest problems today is women. Let me tell you why. Women today go on social media, and women today live their whole entire life on social media. This is why you as a man can never win. Oh, and let me just say this. Don't think for a minute that because you're religious, that's going to change it. Being religious doesn't change it, because it doesn't matter what her race or religion is. It doesn't matter how religious she is, how many Bibles she reads. It doesn't matter if she's a Muslim and she reads the Quran. It doesn't matter if she's Jewish, Christian, Mormon. It doesn't matter. The problem with women in general, whether we're talking about religious, non-religious, worldly, goofy, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. The problem with women in general, they live their whole entire life on social media. Let me say that again. Women today live their whole entire life on social media. You don't believe me? If you think I'm lying, okay, Netflix has a TV show. There's a, excuse me. Netflix has a TV movie called Tinder Swindler. Look it up. It's on Netflix. Look it up. It's called Tinder Swindler. Matter of fact, if you guys listen to me enough, I watch Netflix a lot. And Netflix has a movie called Tinder Swindler. Go watch it. A lot of you guys are going to be shocked. Go watch it. Guys, let me ask you a question. How many times have you been on a date with a woman and she tells you she only dates guys that are 6'5" or 6'10"? She only likes taller men, right? Or a woman will tell you she only dates guys that make a 6-figure income, right? How many times have you had women tell you that? Can I tell you where they get that from? They get that from social media. Guys, let me tell you right now. Women today live on social media. They live today on social media. I kid you not. I didn't want to believe it. I did not want to believe it until the movie from Netflix came out called Tinder Swindler. Guys, you know, and tell me if I'm lying. Go ahead and put in the comment section if you think I'm lying. How many times have women overrate themselves? So you say to a girl, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rate yourself as far as beauty? You say that to her, right? You say, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rate yourself as far as beauty? And what does the girl tell you? She always tells you she's a 10, right? Or she tells you on a scale of 1 to 10, she feels like she's a 9 or a 10, right? Where do you think she gets that from? Social media. Guys, if you look on a woman's social media page, go on her cell phone and look at her social media page, the reason why women today feel like they don't need to settle down with a man, the reason why they feel like that is because of social media. Social media has given them this fairy tale life that simply does not exist. Let me give you an example. You guys know that I do real estate, right? You guys know that I'm in the real estate business. I sell and I remodel homes, right? That's the name of my channel, Eli West 675, the real estate guy, right? So you guys know I do real estate, right? Well, I had a woman call me today. A woman called me today and she asked me, what kind of homes do I rent out to people? And I told her the truth. I said, look, I only rent out 2-bedroom homes, right? You know what she told me? She goes, that is not good enough. She goes, I want a 6-bedroom home. And by the way, guys, this woman works at Taco Bell. She works at Taco Bell. Fast food restaurant, Taco Bell. See, that's what I mean. These women live a fairy tale life. These women live on social media. They get their heads puffed up on social media. I got off the phone with another girl, just right now. I got off the phone with another girl. She asked me, Eli, what kind of house can I live in if I buy a home from you? Because I told her that I was in the real estate business, right? And this is what I told her. I said, look, I only got a 2-bedroom house for rent right now. You know what she told me? She goes, man, I wanted a 6-7-bedroom home. And I said, ma'am, you're looking for a mansion? I said, where do you work at? And she says, I work at Target. I'm like, wait, you work at the grocery store Target? And she goes, yeah. I go, what makes you think you can afford a 7-bedroom house? And then she hung up the phone on me. See, that's what I mean, guys. This is one reason why I will never get married. These women live on social media. They live on social media. And the reason why these women think that they're too good for you or because they will never date you because of your income, the reason why they feel that way is because these women live on social media. You hear me? They live on social media. And how many times when you ask a woman what kind of guy she wants to date, she always gives you the same MO. She wants a tall man and she wants a man that's making 6 figures. And why does she feel like she can get a man like that? Because of social media. This is one reason why I will never get married. This is one reason why I don't care how much money I'm making. I don't care how much attention that I'm getting from women. I will never get married. I think marriage is a joke. The problem today is that women want traditional men, but they are not traditional women. But the worst part is they live their whole entire life on social media. Guys, I work in the real estate business. I'm in the real estate business. I sell homes for a living. And you won't believe how many times I've had women tell me they will not buy a home from me because the homes that I'm selling are too small. They feel like they can get a bigger home. Why? Because on social media, that's what women are being told. That's what women are being told on social media. On social media, women are being told you can have it all. You don't need to buy a small home. You don't need to buy a 2-bedroom apartment or buy a 2-bedroom house. No. You must buy a mansion because social media tells these women you can have it all. And men, I feel so sorry for you. Let me tell you why I feel sorry for you. Here you are as a man. You're going to college. You're trying to build yourself up. You're trying to get a career that pays you good money. You're over here trying to do the best you can as a man. And get this, that is still not good enough. I can tell you stories when I was on Facebook with women, and I would ask women, how much money does a guy have to make in order to date you? I would always ask women that, right? And they always come up with some high number, like some six-figure number. You know why they come up with that number? Because of social media. Social media has destroyed any chances of possibility of you getting married. Social media has destroyed any possibility of you ever getting married. This is one reason why I will never get married. And guys, let me tell you this right now. You know those dating apps? Well, let me tell you straight up right now. Those dating apps are a joke. Let me tell you why those dating apps are a joke. Let me say it again, because I don't think you people have heard me. Those dating apps are a joke. Those dating apps are a joke. Let me tell you why. You take Tinder, Bumble, Matchmaker, any kind of dating app. It's a joke. Let me tell you why. These women go on these apps, and all these apps do is just pump their heads up. Let me tell you a story. I was talking to a woman who just got out of church. She went to church in the afternoon, and she came home from church, and I was talking to her. And I asked her, why do you think settling is such a bad thing? Like, why won't you ever settle for a broke man? Or why won't you ever date someone that's broke? And this is what she told me. Guys, pay attention. This is what she told me. On her dating app, she's able to talk to 20 to 30 guys at a time. You hear that? And she's not the only girl that I've talked to. I had a girl named Brittany who I was good friends with until I found out what she was doing. Let me tell you what had happened. I hooked her up with one of my best friends because, one of my best friends was single and he was looking for a date. So I thought if I hooked him up with Brittany, maybe the date would go well, right? Well, the date did not go well. Let me tell you why. Even though I hooked him up with Brittany, the date did not go well. Let me tell you why. Because Brittany, she goes on these dating apps and she's able to talk to 20 to 30 dudes. And get this, guys. These dudes are willing to pay for her meals when they go out on dates. And these restaurants that Brittany goes to, these are not your typical normal day-to-day restaurants, okay? She goes to these high-end restaurants, and these dudes end up spending sometimes $100, $200, $300 on a meal on Brittany. And Brittany's fat ass has no plan on ever hooking up with these guys. Brittany's fat ass has no plans on ever hooking up with these guys. And you're over here wondering why I will not ever take women out on dates no more and why I will never get married to a woman no more. It's because of that. So Jason, my best friend, he calls me up and he says, yo, Eli, you know that girl Brittany that you hooked me up with? I'm like, yeah, what about it, Jace? He was all like, well, get this. I paid $400 tonight on her, and I didn't even get so much as a kiss. So I called up Brittany, because I'm the one that hooked him up. I called up Brittany, and I said, yo, look, my boy Jason over here is mad. He spent $400 on you, and he didn't get a kiss? And Brittany goes, well, I would only kiss him on the second date. I'm like, yo, Brittany, that's fucked up. The man spent $400 on you. You know what that's called, guys? That's called finesse. When you're finessing someone, it's even worse than breadcrumbing them. It's even worse than breadcrumbing. Let me tell you why it's worse than breadcrumbing. At least with breadcrumbing, you can kind of like block the person for breadcrumbing you, right? Finesse is something different. Brittany was finessing her man, and she planned on doing nothing with that man. And you guys over here are asking me, hey, Eli, how come you will never get married? It's because of stuff like that. How in the world is a man going to take you out to a restaurant, pay $400 for a meal, and he can't even get so much as a kiss from you? Not even so much as a kiss from you? Are you kidding me? The man spent $400. This is one reason why I will not go out on dates with women. This is why I don't plan on ever getting married to a woman. Because here's the thing, guys, and I need you guys to listen. The woman that you're dating right now, the woman that you plan on getting married to right now, she's probably had sex with at least 15 to 20 guys. That means you're not the only guy that she's talking to. Let me say that again. That means you're not the only guy that she's talking to. And I just got off the phone right now with Jason, and I said, Jason, excuse my language, but that's kind of fucked up that I hook you up with a woman and a woman takes advantage of you like that. And guys, go on Netflix. If Netflix is pretty cheap. It's about $8 a month, I think. Go on Netflix. There's a show called Tinder, Swindler. And I want you guys to understand there's a double standard when it comes to dating. You see, check this out. If you as a man lied to a woman, let's say you told a woman that you were a movie star, and it turned out that you were not a movie star, and let's say she slept with you, she had sex with you, even though you lied to her and you weren't the guy that you told her you were, get this, you would be considered a bad man. You hear me? You would be considered a bad man. But women, talk about double standard here. Talk about a double standard. Women can do the same thing and nothing happens to them. A woman can tell you that you're the only guy she's talking to. Meanwhile, she's over there finessing other guys. A woman can tell you that she's not interested in no one but you, but she could be sleeping, dating, and talking to other guys. Talk about a double standard. And get this, guys. I know a lot of guys in here are going to say, well, I'll just get me a woman who's religious. Let me tell you, religion makes no difference. It doesn't matter if the woman's religious or not. She can still play you for a fool. You won't believe how many women I've talked to who claim to be Christians, and they got 4 babies from 4 different baby daddies. 4 babies from 4 different dudes. How the hell are you going to be Christian and have 4 kids from 4 different dudes? And they up there in the church. They up there in the church trying to be pious, trying to be holy. I talked to, what do you call those girls? A Catholic nun. She was a Catholic nun, guys. And get this. Before she became a Catholic nun, she had 4 kids from 4 different baby daddies. That's a religious woman, right? I had another woman, she went to a Baptist church, I think. She was telling me she went to a Baptist church. She has 3 kids from 2 different baby daddies. Religious as all get out. They read their Bibles, they claim to be religious, they believe in Jesus and all this crap, and they're having sex on the down low with different men. So for those of you who say, well, I'll just get me a religious woman, you better watch out. And the funny thing about it is when I confront these women about the church and about how they're supposed to be pious and godlike, you know what they tell me? Oh, it's my right. I can sleep with whoever I want to sleep with. What? So the guy that you're sleeping with, he's not even in the same religion as you. You're supposed to be religious. You're supposed to be God-fearing. I knew this other girl this is when I traveled to Saudi Arabia. This is when I traveled to another country called Saudi Arabia. I knew this woman. She was a Muslim. She was a Muslim. And she was married not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. And she had 3 kids from 3 different baby fathers. Muslim. A woman that's supposed to read the Quran. A woman that's supposed to believe in Allah, the Prophet Muhammad, whatever crap they try to sell you over there. Whatever BS they try to tell you over there. Whatever kind of crap they want to talk about over there. And here she was, married 3 times. So for all you guys out there who think you're just going to get into a religion and find a woman, I wouldn't waste my time. I would not waste my time. But I was just watching Netflix. I'm a huge fan of Netflix. Because let me tell you right now, Netflix has some good shows. And one of the shows that I was watching on Netflix was called The Tinder Swindler. Guys, you watch that movie. If you want to understand how women think, how women act, and how stupid a woman is, watch that series. This is mind-blowing, and this is mind-blowing. And after this, I will never date or marry a woman. Never. Don't talk about marriage. Don't talk about traditional marriage. Don't talk about it with me. I don't want to hear it. After watching that, and guys, there is a double standard. Because you as a man, you need to understand something. If you lie to a woman to get her to sleep with you, she would call you every name under the book. But women do this all the time. How many times have I said on this channel, women will have guys pay for dates, knowing full well they're not sexually attracted to them? How the hell are you going to have a guy pay for your date and you know full well you're not sexually attracted to him? You don't plan on being sexual with them at all, but he's paying for your date? What? And you have women, guys, I kid you not. You have women who have guys paying their rent, paying their rent. You as a man, if you don't pay your rent, you get evicted. You get evicted. The landlord will evict you out of your house. But a woman will not pay her rent. Instead, she'll have other guys paying her rent. You guys who are paying for women and stuff like that, I would stop if I were you. You in a bad situation. And then you have women who have OnlyFans accounts. OnlyFans account. That means these women only have sex with guys who they agree with or like or want to put up with. OnlyFans account these women have. There are women right now on social media that have OnlyFans accounts. After I saw that and I found that out, I never want to go out on a date ever again. After watching that show on Netflix called Tinder Swindler, I will never go out on a date with a woman again. I will not date a woman. I will not marry a woman at all. Because the reason why women feel like they're too good for certain guys, and believe me, if you're an average guy making an average income, if you are an average man making an average income, women will not date you. You know why? Because in their world, they're settling. They're settling because on social media, you got 20 to 30 dudes in her inbox wanting to date her. And guys, let me tell you right now, I'm in the real estate business. All I do is sell homes, right? There are certain women who would argue with me. They would argue with me. There are women today that would argue with me about a 2-bedroom house. A 2-bedroom house. Not a 2-bedroom apartment. A 2-bedroom house. The reason why women would argue with me about that in the real estate business, the reason why they would argue about that, because on social media, they're being told they deserve more. They're being told they can have the world and they deserve more. I've had women tell me to my face, they will not date a guy that works at Walmart or Target or Taco Bell or Burger King or Wendy's, etc., etc., etc. I've had women tell me that they won't even go out on a date with a guy that works at a fast food restaurant. And the reason why is because social media is telling women, oh, you can do better than that guy. You don't need to settle for that guy. It's social media giving these women unwanted attention. And the double standard is this. If you as a man told a woman that you're not going to date her because she's too fat, or you're not going to date a woman because her skin's too dark, you know what you'll be called? You'll be called shallow. Shallow. They would call you a hate monger, a shallow person, a narrow-minded person. That's what they would call you. But these women can turn around. Talk about double standards. These women can turn around and tell a man, no, I'm not going to date you because you're not tall enough. You're too short. Nope, I'm not going to date you because you work at the grocery store or you work at Taco Bell. Nope, you don't make enough money because you work at McDonald's. What? You could tell a man that? But if you tell a woman, hey, I don't want to date you because your skin color is too dark, all of a sudden, you're called shallow. You hate yourself. You hate your mom. All this crap, but women do it to guys all the time. And the reason why I'm angry, guys, because I was watching Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, you should get it. I was watching Netflix, and I was watching called Tinder Swindler, where this rich white guy swindled a lot of women out of their money. And the way Netflix is trying to talk about it is, oh, these women are victims. Oh, these women didn't know any better. Oh, how these women are victims, blah, 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 blah. These women are not victims. Watch the show. Go on Netflix and watch Tinder Swindler if you don't believe me. These girls are not the victim. See, let me tell you what these girls do. They hook up with bad boys. They hook up with thugs. They hook up with drug dealers and all kinds of stupid shit like that, and have the audacity to get mad at you when you lie to them about talking to other girls, when you lie to them about having sex or sleeping with other girls. They get mad at you and call you shallow. But these women do it to guys all the time. Go watch the show if you think I'm lying. It's called Tinder Swindler. Tinder Swindler on Netflix. Go watch it. And I got so angry because the guy that swindled these girls out of all this money, this guy was manipulating them, and you would think these girls would know better. Nope. You would think women with college degrees, you got all this education behind you. You got a college degree. You would think they would know better, right? Nope. Guy swindles them out of money. Makes these women pay for things. You as a guy, if you were honest with women, they would say, oh, you're too nice, you're boring. So what these women do is they hook up with thugs. They hook up with drug dealers. They hook up with bad boys. And then they try to compare you to those bad boys. I got into an argument on Facebook with a woman because she was telling me that the only guy that she would date is the guy that has money. So I said, pause for a minute. I said, there are plenty of guys out there that have money. How come you're not dating them? And she goes, well, I'm in a relationship right now. She goes, I'm dating this guy who just got out of prison. What? And I said to her, what did your man do to get in prison in the first place? He was selling drugs at his mother's house. You hear me? But at the same side of her breath, she says she's looking for a guy that has money? What? How dare you? How dare you? And what makes it worse is she has 2 kids by this guy, and she's on Facebook saying she's looking for a man that has money. Are you kidding me? You as a man do some bullshit like this, you would be called shallow. You would be called a bully. You would be called every name under the sun, yada, 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 blah, 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 by these women who are doing exactly that. I will never get married to a woman. I will never get married to a woman. It's a joke. Marriage is a joke. Women today have way too many dating options. I couldn't believe, after watching that show on Netflix, it confirmed everything that I felt about women. It confirmed everything. Will I ever date a woman again? Of course I would. Will I ever get married? That's iffy. And you guys, let me tell you right now. If you want to help yourself, if you want to change how these women think and act and how they behave, this is how you can do it. If you have access to social media, turn it off. Turn it off. You have no business as a man, in my humble opinion, having access to social media. Because let me tell you right now, by you having social media, you validate these women. See, the reason why women don't want to date you, and the reason why they feel like you're not good enough and you're not as good as they are, is because they have access to social media. I just realized that just right now. Like, what the fuck? I just realized it right now. I didn't even know this until after that Netflix series called The Tinder Swindler. I didn't even know it. And it makes sense. And I couldn't figure out why women would tell guys, oh, I only date guys that make a certain amount of money. I only date guys that are this tall. Now I know why they're saying that. Because of social media. So guys, do me a favor. If you have access to social media, turn it off. Next. If you have access to dating apps, forget about it. Turn it off. I'm going to teach you how to date women. I'm going to teach you how to date women without having to use dating apps. Turn it off, guys. And don't worry. I'm going to teach you how to date women without dating apps. Let me tell you why. Women, these dating apps are being used to manipulate men. Women today go on these dating apps and they feel like they have so much power over you. Why? Because you're not the only guy that she's talking to. She is talking to 10, maybe 20 other guys. So guys, if you're on these dating apps right now, turn it off. I had a friend right now, I was serving him beer and we were drinking beer and we were eating potato chips and he was showing me his sister's phone. His sister's phone, she had over 45 guys talking to her. You hear me? 45 guys talking to her. This is why you as a man can't win. If a woman has access to dating apps, social media, you as a man cannot win. And guys, let me tell you right now, if you were to take away her social media, take away her dating apps, take away these government programs that cater to women, women would not have nothing right now. The reason why women feel like they're the stuff today is because there are government programs that cater to women. You have social media that cater to women. You have dating apps like Tinder and Bumble dating apps that cater to women. Women today can get college degrees. This is one reason why a woman does not want to date a man that works at Burger King or works at McDonald's or works at any fast food restaurant, whether it's Taco Bell, Burger King, Jack and a Crack. It don't matter. A woman does not want to date you if you work at these industries because she feels like she's too good because she has a college degree. She has social media. She has dating apps like Tinder and Bumble. She does not have to settle for you. And I asked myself today, I said, if you were to take away their college degrees, take away their careers, take away social media, what would these women do? And I couldn't figure out why that girl Leslie told me when we were having a conversation, why she feels like she's settling for a man that works at a fast food restaurant. I couldn't figure out why she felt like, well, now I know why. Because of social media. And guys, if you're talking to any woman that has any social media or Tinder, Bumble, or any kind of dating app, right now, you need to break off the relationship. The reason why these women feel like they're too good for guys like us is because social media has told them that. This is one reason why I will never get married. Marriage is a waste of time. Marriage is now a joke. It's a joke. And don't think being religious and reading your Bible is going to get you a girl. No, it's not. Even women in the church can be slutty. And I'm finding that out quick. Even women who call themselves Christians can be slutty. Even women who are Muslims, women that were brought up in the Middle East, women that read the Quran and call themselves Muslims and believe in the Prophet Muhammad and all this bullshit, even those women can be slutty. This is why I've given up on marriage. I've given up on marriage because it's a joke. It's a joke. So guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, go on Netflix. Go on Netflix and watch Tinder Swindler. Watch it. Put in the comments. Tell me what you think about it. And I'm glad Netflix is doing this. I'm glad Netflix has that show called Tinder Swindler, because for months, everything that I felt has been confirmed. I didn't want to believe it. Guys, I didn't even want to get into this. But I had to. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Tell YouTube that I am your favorite man, that I'm your favorite guy, and can continue to support me. I love you. Support me.